Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Why is Turkey in NATO? Why is Turkey a NATO member still? A lot of people ask that, and a lot of people ask, when is Turkey going to be kicked out of NATO? Well, I don't know under what kind of scenario or circumstances they could be kicked out. I don't know that little detail. The idea in this article is that Turkey is just on the paper a NATO member, but not an active member. So this is according to a Turkish defense security expert. Now you know what I think about experts in general, but this guy has some points, valid points. His name is Kahit Armagan Dilek. Now the title of this article from Sputnik, obviously a Russian media outlet, from today, the 27th of September 2022, reads like this. Turkey's NATO membership is mere ink on paper for Washington, defense expert says. Defense expert. So Turkey's NATO membership is mere ink on paper, just ink on paper for Washington. That's what this expert says. So, as I said, his name is Kahit Armagan Dilek, Turkish defense and security expert. He says, in the coming period, the United States may transfer military elements to the demilitarized islands belonging to Greece, to Crete, Alexandroupolis, and other areas and begin to hold military exercises on them or provide support to Greece. That is, Athens can allow the United States Armed Forces to use the territory of the islands with non-military status in the Aegean Sea for these purposes. This development will pose a serious threat, he emphasized. And well, they used the Lausanne Treaty that says that certain kind of things could be followed, and it seems like the Greeks are not following. This is what that the Greeks obviously are saying. So the islands of Limos, Samothrace, Lesbos, Samos, Chios, and Ikaria were given to Greece by the Ottoman Empire on the specific and strict condition that they will be kept demilitarized. So these islands were given by the Turks, by the Ottoman Empire, with a specific and strict condition that they will be kept demilitarized, which was sealed in the Lausanne Treaty. For its part, Athens says that the Lausanne Treaty prohibits building naval bases, fortification, or amassing large contingents of troops on the islands, insisting that Greece does not violate these obligations. So, you know, supposedly details. And then Erdogan says, I'm not kidding. And he threatens Greece over alleged arming the Aegean Islands. Still, the Turkish-Greek row over the Aegean Islands is not the only issue that concerns Ankara. So the United States clearly shows unwillingness to cooperate with Turkey, which is caused by the latter's desire to conduct an independent foreign policy in the region, that is, obviously Turkey. Therefore, instead, Washington is trying to maintain cooperation with more compliant regional states, in particular with Greece and the Greek administration in Cyprus. It says Ankara hasn't seen a single advantage to NATO membership, should cut ties, Turkish media says. And then I'm stating that again, this German who says, in my research, I drew attention to the fact that the United States, which had previously announced cooperation with Turkey in the Balkans, the Middle East, and in the Caucasus, starting from 2015, practically ceased to mention Turkey as its ally in documents, said Dilek. Accordingly, the conclusion is clear. The United States no longer wants to work with Turkey. They have struck a number of agreements with Greece and the Greek Cypriots, through which they seek to compensate for the lack of cooperation with Ankara. Yes, Turkey continues to be a member of NATO, but it is obvious that in fact its membership is mere ink on paper. I think so too. And they say the Turkish security expert likewise drew attention. The US plans to move main military assets from the base in Crete. Furthermore, in May 2022, Turkish media outlet Kanal reported, Ulusal Kanal, that the United States allegedly sent an official request to the Greek government seeking to deploy F-35s and F-16s fighter jets in Crete. In July 2022, the Greek Defense Minister Nicholas Panagiotopoulos announced that, let's see, where is that? Announced that he discussed with the United States entry of the F-35 program with U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Sean Berkey, the director of the Pentagon's F-35 Joint Program Office. The same month, it revealed that 10 F-35A were training with the Hellenic Air Force in Greece. So basically what's going on is that last year the US officially removed Turkey from the program over the latest acquisitions of Russian-made S-400 air defense systems. So basically they say that, hey, you know what happened here? You guys, NATO. United States is NATO, okay? The rest are just minions. So the United States supports Greece against Turkey. And that should not be done within an alliance. And it's true, Turkey wanted to play a more independent role. You can say, well, that's a weasel-like, but after all, that's their national security. And I don't think that's the US national security regarding Turkey. But it destroys the geopolitical balance, if you want to call it, or calculations. It's obvious from the moves that I've been at least following with Turkey and Greece, especially Greece. Greece is just a follower and a yes sir to the United States. Remember that tanker that was seized by Greece, Iranian tanker with some 12 Russian sailors over there. It was seized, and the Americans came, sucked the oil, wanted to take it to United States, to us, bring the oil. Okay, and the Iranians seized 2 Greek tankers in the Gulf, and then they sued the Greeks and the Americans, and they won, and they had to, this tanker that was coming here with the oil had to turn around and put the oil back on the tanker and release it to the Iranians. I don't know if the Iranians released the 2 Greek tankers yet, but nevertheless, that's one example. And they say, the Turks said, well, we did this because of the violation of the European Union sanctions on Russia. Wait a second, and you call the Americans that you got the Iranian tankers? What's wrong with the Iranian tanks? Oh, the United States imposed sanctions on Iran, so we have to, yes. There you have it. That's one example of weasel-like. I didn't like that, but whatever. They have their own national interest as well, so I understand that. But at least, say it that way. Don't be a weasel like, oh, we are on NATO, we are good. I don't think so. And the fact that Turkey acquired those S-400s from Russia was because the Americans did not really want to give them the Patriot. That's why it was. They gave them such a high price that Turk says, you know what, we can't afford getting that. We don't want to pay for that. Look for instance at Ukraine gets it for free. For free. It gets it for free, but it's paid by us. All right, and for how it's paid by us, our taxes, and our taxes, they're gonna pay for the interest and the loans this guy get to build those things, to pass them like that. So that's how it is. So yeah, Turkey is in bad shape, and I don't know what's gonna be. I mean, they're playing independent, and they will be independent. What's gonna happen with those islands? Do you think that Turkey will attack them? Maybe this is what they could do. But that's gonna be just go over there and invade them overnight, and as they said, they might, and take over. But that would mean that some people will die, right? And then do you think the Greeks are just sleeping? No, they're with their eyes over there. So it's gonna be a war between these guys? I don't think so. I think the United States will go and slam as much as it can Turkey, but it's afraid because if Turkey switches to Russia, then what? So Turkey is not really a unimportant country. I think it's like a fourth or fifth military, according to these guys, power and all that military. I don't know. Russia has it, and look what does over there against the rest of the West weasels who give weapons to the Ukrainians and all that. But anyway, this is it. Just ink on the paper. That's what Turkey in NATO. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.